Welcome to Lean IT Foundations Training. Today we will begin Section 3, Dimensions of Lean IT. We will start with Section A, focused on customers. Section 3A, Lean IT, customers. I am your speaker, Anthony McCollum, and I am a process improvement specialist. Before we dive into Section 3, let's just have a quick recap of what we covered in Section 1 and Section 2. In Section 1, we started off with the understanding of the definition of lean as providing more value to our customers. Once we understood that we wanted to provide more value to our customers, we dove into what waste is. We identified the 8 wastes: transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, and skills underutilized, which we remember with Tim Woods. And we identified that variability is what creates waste. We dove a little bit into the history of lean, talked some about Toyota, learned some lean terminology, saw an example of a Kaizen event taking place, and compared lean versus Six Sigma. In Section 2, we reviewed the 2 key lean methodologies: PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act, and the DMAIC methodology: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. We saw an example of how we can get down to the root cause of any particular problem. And we dove into the 5S numbers game, where we learned how a 5S area can help us improve our workspace by reducing waste through a cleanly work environment. We'll now dive into the introduction to Lean IT and talk a little bit about the Shingo model. So Lean IT, let's get started. What is Lean IT? Lean IT is simply an extension of Lean. It's taking a data-driven approach and applying it to the development and management of IT products and services. Let's briefly review the Shingo model. The Shingo model is a lean mindset that's been installed within companies that are trying to get lean. What it really does is it seeks to build the cultural enablers within an organization. If you're curious who the cultural enablers are, it's you, the person listening to this video. As we mentioned before, and all throughout the sections, the most critical thing that lean needs to work within an organization is for people within that organization to start believing in and thinking in a lean mindset. In order to disseminate that mindset, an organization must first develop its cultural enablers. Those cultural enablers will then spread that to other members within their organization. As more people start to learn and think in a lean mindset, more people will start to drive towards continuous improvement, building their way up the pyramid. When more folks begin to understand what value is and what waste is, they can begin to focus in on the process. And as we're focusing in on the process, and we start to understand that we need to reach across boundaries in order for the entire company to get lean, that's when the entire company will begin to fall in alignment with each other. Once we have that lean culture and people start thinking in a continuous improvement mindset across the entire enterprise, that's when we will begin to create value for our customers and yield our results. The Shingo model seeks to put the power of a lean company in the cultural enablers, the majority of people within the organization, and build from there. And that is a little bit about why we are here. But today we are going to be diving into the 5 dimensions of Lean IT, starting with customers. Today is all about understanding who our customers are, what our customers want, so that we can be better service providers, better builders or product manufacturers for our customers. So let's talk about these 5 dimensions of lean IT. The first one is customers, which we will start with right now. In the next course, we will dive into the process, followed by organization, performance, and behavior and attitude. Let's dive into customers. Well, there are 2 types of customers that we will encounter in our work environment. There's the person who uses our product or service, right? This can be the very person, the end user, at the end of the value chain. And then there's also the person that is the next step from you within your value chain. Unless you're the person on the front line dealing hand in hand with the final customer to the organization, right? You may be dealing with internal customers of the company, and maybe not the final customer on the outside of the organization, right? But the next person in line within your value chain is also a customer. So what are we thinking of here when we are trying to think about our customers in a lean mindset? Well, one of the tools that we will discuss right now is called the voice of the customer. We mentioned in section 1 that if we want to be lean, we need to provide more value to our customers. Well, our customers are the ones that define what value is. Our customers do that through what is called the voice of the customer, right? The customer defines what value is. They tell us what we want. It's our job to find a way to listen to our customers, understand what they want, and provide that service to them. It's also our job as service providers, as product manufacturers, to understand that our customers' expectations may change over time and anticipate these types of changes and move with our customer demands. Now, there are a lot of ways for us to find out exactly what it is that our customers want. The first thing we should note is that there are many different types of customers. And what we can do to understand these different types of customers that are buying the same product or the same service is to understand the segments that our customers fall within. Different customers have different needs. It's important for us to listen to those different types of customers to ensure that our one product or service can satisfy them all. And if not, can we segment our offerings in a product or service framework? One way we can figure out what our customers want is observation. Understanding what it's like to be a customer of our product or service. Not just listening to them, but experiencing that firsthand. We can also talk to our customers. We can have interviews with our customers, get feedback from our customers, understand what it is that they like and dislike about our products. Another good way to gather feedback is surveys. Surveys provide quantitative data for us to make decisions on. Decisions about our products that will, for the better, satisfy our customer demand. Social media is an outstanding way to find out what our customers think about our service or our products. Social media provides a forum for customers to be completely anonymous and share their thoughts and feelings about their product. It is good to note that no one method will tell us everything we need to know about our customers. And again, there is a bit of a guessing game or gut feeling of what your customers may want because you may not be able to understand fully just from these methods. But in the end, the simplest definition of value in terms of what our customers want is what they are willing to pay for. If they're willing to buy it, we are providing some type of value. We know that we're not providing value when they stop coming back. This can get a little bit trickier when you're dealing with an internal department within your company. But the same rules, the same principles apply, right? Because all of this costs money. All of the internal services that we may be providing, even though it's to an internal customer or an internal service provider, the company has to pay for that in some type of way. Let's play the quick value game. So we have some pictures here, and what we want to do is think through what is value in the customer's eyes on a trip to Jamba Juice, right? So if we're defining value as something that the customer is willing to pay for, and we know that waste is Tim Woods, and we look at these pictures and we start to think to ourselves, if I'm a customer, what am I willing to pay for here? In one picture, we have a line of people waiting to order their beverages or waiting to receive their drinks. As a customer, are you willing to pay to stand in line and wait? We have an arrow and a target. This is representing accuracy. Are you willing to pay for Jamba Juice to get your order right? We have the smoothie machines, the machines that are actually used to make the smoothies at Jamba Juice, right? Jamba Juice had to pay for those. I mean, it's a process within the step of making a smoothie. Are we willing to wait while our smoothie is actually being made within these blenders? Now, these are all just conceptual things to kind of get the juices flowing, right? And in the end, we expect a nice frosty beverage, as we can see in the upper right-hand corner. Now, that is clearly something that we would be willing to pay for. But if we think about this in a different sort of way, is what if Tim Woods was identified on your receipt? What if the cost of electricity to keep the food or the fruit frozen was on your receipt? What if the transportation cost, the gas mileage that the truck, their delivery truck, charged the store to bring the fruit was on your receipt? Would you as a customer be willing to pay for that? Or is the fact that Jamba Juice has to get fruit delivered to them a waste in the customer's eyes? So what do our customers value? Well, here is the book's definition. Our customers have specific requirements, and customers have some specific wishes, right? Requirements are specific properties that the product must have. If you're getting a smoothie, it must be cold. It must have fresh fruit, for example. Wishes may be, for example, I wish it was in a styrofoam cup instead of a plastic cup so that it would stay cold longer. But it's not necessarily a requirement of the product. Our customers have the exact same wishes and requirements from us as well. On the right of this screen, you'll see a list here of features that our customers look for when they are defining value. This is the Kaizen model, and it's just a representative to show how we can satisfy our customers by providing their required or wished sentiments about a particular product or service. So how do we understand and plan for our customer demands? Well, we may not be able to meet all of our customer demands, but hopefully we can come close. Lean provides us with the tools we need to do this. One of the tools that we need in order to understand what our customers want is called the critical to quality tree. On the next slide, we'll do an example of this, but what we will do here is essentially prioritize our customer demands and structure these groups and dependencies appropriately. This will help us connect the voice of the customer to the product and service that we provide. The critical to quality tree will essentially start off with strategic business goals at the top. Now on the right here, we have an example of a strategic business goal: fast launch of new products. The second level of the critical to quality tree is the voice of the customer. Now, if we were to take our fast launch of new products and put that in the voice of the customer framework, what we are assuming our customer wants is a short development time. These two segments are what are called value indicators, in determining that this is what our customers perceive as the value we are providing. So in terms of what our customers want, they want a short development time. So our strategic business goal then is to launch products fast. Now, it is important to note that what can happen a lot of times in business when we're developing our strategic business plan is to ignore what is critical to quality. When we see short development time, what we may do as a business is prioritize the green line for timeliness and ignore or not put as much importance on the reliability of our product that we are providing, the red line. The next segment breaks down the actual attributes that we can focus on the product. So we do know that our customers want a short development time, so we're going to focus on timeliness. So what can we do to manage timeliness in terms of providing our customers with what they want? Well, we can manage our development capacity. How many people do we have working on a particular project? And we can set milestones and timelines to ensure that we are accurately keeping our schedule. Now, on the red line side, the side that isn't necessarily value defined by our customer under a short development time, is that reliability side, right? If we launch a product quickly, which is what our customers appear to want with a short development time, but it does not work, it has defects in the product, our customer will not be happy. So while our customers, the voice of the customer told us they want a short development time, what we need to do as a business is also think beyond that and that they not only want a product quickly, but they also want a product that works. So the attribute that we can actually manage to do that is to ensure that we have a low number of defects in our product. This is a cartoon which indicates a lot of the ways that some projects are carried out. Does this look familiar to you? Let's do a quick knowledge check on the customer. What is the purpose of the critical to quality tree? A, describes the technical systems that are critical within IT for delivering services. B, translates the constraints in IT to customer value. C, translates customer expectations to measurable internal objectives and activities. D, describes critical KPIs necessary to meet customer value. That's actually going to be C here. And this is the definition of the CTQ tree, right? It's translating what our customers want from us and breaking it down to that attribute level so that we can manage that on an ongoing basis. Which are examples of what a customer values in a service? Pricing, reliability, and timeliness. B, design, features, and availability. C, innovation, completeness, and operation. D, model, achievement, and accuracy. The answer here is A, and this was in that list of customer values that we saw earlier in the presentation. Which is a purpose of Voice of the Customer, VOC tools? A, to set priorities and goals consistent with customer needs. B, to identify areas where work can be started on eliminating waste. C, to document and categorize the costs associated with waste. Or D, to facilitate the feedback of summary results to VOC contacts. And the answer here again is A, to set priorities and goals consistent with customer needs. And finally, which is most likely to be a customer requirement for a specified product? A, built in an efficient way. B, cheap to build. C, meets expectations. Or D, reliable in service. And the answer here is C. Again, when we're providing a product or service, it's all about meeting our customers' expectations, not necessarily exceeding them, but if we fall short, our customers will not come back. This completes section 3A, Lean IT, Dimensions, Customer.